There also, though, is litigation going around right now for LLCs and the Corporate Transparency Act. And the Corporate Transparency Act dictates that you have to fill out a BOI, right? And that's a beneficial ownership information form. And so trusts are the only way that the true owner can not have to fill that document out. But all LLC owners, as of right now, and this thing has been changing the last month, like every week or so, like there's an appeal that's upheld and then there's an injunction and there's not an injunction. So as of right now, you don't have to fill it out, but that could change tomorrow, you know? So yeah.
I know this is not legal advice. Neither of us are lawyers.
No.
But what is your, I mean, when I first heard that, again, I was abroad and I'm like, my first gut reaction was like, that is the antithesis of what doing business in America is supposed to be, with separate states and having a national registry and all that jazz. What does your gut tell you about the final? Because I've been following this too, and it's like, come on, guys. And even if they overturn it, what percentage do you think of people have already filed this out, filled it out and send it to them? So like, what does your gut tell you in terms of, are they going to overturn this thing or are they going to keep the BOI requirement?
My gut feeling is they'll probably keep the requirement for the BOI, and it's to me only because it is for state created creatures of the state, which are LLCs. So they're already controlled and owned by the state, because that's what an LLC is. You're basically franchising. You become another form of franchise for whatever state it is that you register that LLC with the Secretary of State. So I feel like they are. Now they say the BOI is only going to FinCEN, and that's the financial center for enforcement, I believe, something like that, financial crimes enforcement, one of those acronyms. So they're saying that they're going to keep that private. But for me, if you're already, you got that EIN and you got that with your social security number, you registered it with the Secretary of State, and then you fill out a BOI, you're already out there flapping in the wind. So if we're going to set up an LLC, what I recommend is making a trust, a personal property trust, the managing member. So now you're private as the beneficiary of that personal property trust. You're private because the trust is the one that is the managing member. And then your trustee's name is always the name. If there's like a deed or if there's a car title and you're putting these assets in trust, the trustee's name is always what's on public record. But here's the thing, man, this is a game. It's a game. It's Monopoly. And for those that think that that is just a saying, hey, more power to you, but it's true. So your trustee's name is on public record when you have a trust, because the trustee holds title to that asset. Well, for us, there's strategies within the strategy. So we put the trustee's initials, their first name initial, middle name initial, and then their last name. So it would be like G.R. Boykin as trustee. Well, you don't know if GR is a male, a female. You don't know their full first name. So that makes it harder to find out who that person is, who that trustee is, that would then be able to, tell you who the beneficiary is with a court order. So there's strategies within it that make it harder, and if you know these rules, then you can play by the high level elite rules. If you don't, well, then you're playing by the rules that they gave us and they put out there for us so that they could continue to win, because somebody's got to pay.
What's going on, guys? If you like that clip right there, you will love the full interview. You can check that out right there. I'll see you on the next video. Oh, and subscribe, because we got a lot of big things coming up in the near future.